at Bravo, maybe some decisions you're not sure if you should do this or do that. Like, I trust you to make the decision. And if it's not the right decision, I still trust you because I know you're going to find a way to make it work. I'm thinking maybe some people might have issues when their husband tends to be, you know, working in their business and then they feel kind of maybe left out or whatever. But I've never felt like that. I've always supported you through everything, even late nights, because I understand who you are. I understand the drive that you have. I understand that you work on something and you make sure it's completed, and that in turn blesses us. So I'm always here when you get home and waiting to see if there's anything you want to talk about. I just love what God has done. Like, since the very beginning, when you were working on that Scout back in 2000, I don't know what, back in 2000. Well, Reedy was born already. Reedy was born, so it was after 2005.
No, but I had the Scout before that.
Yeah, you did. You had been working on it for a while. And I remember you working on it right after work, go to the backyard, start working on it. You would eat really quick, and you were committed to finishing this product. And I never felt the urge to butt in or say, hey, you take too much time out here. You don't spend time with us. I mean, what I would do, I would just go outside and hang out with you.
Yeah.
And
I was fine with that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. And I would take the kids and they would hang out, and then, you know, it would get kind of late. So we'd go back inside and you'd continue working on it. I mean, but I knew, I saw that you had something in you that whatever you started, you would finish. And I think that's why now when things get tough at work, at Bravo, maybe some decisions you're not sure if you should do this or do that. Like, I trust you to make the decision. And if it's not the right decision, I still trust you because I know you're going to find a way to make it work. So that's why in the past, the struggles that we've gone through with Bravo choices, like, I always knew it's okay. I'm standing right behind you because I trust that you're going to make it work either way.
Yeah.
And because you are, you know, you have your trust in God that he's going to lead you even through those moments where we just not too sure how things are going to turn out. And I think that's something God showed me about you way early on in our marriage, that you are the man that what you start, you will finish. I mean, I can't think of anything that you've started that you have not finished. I mean, I can't. Even projects at home, you know, when we had our older home that we, you know, painted the house and we finished, we kind of remodeled the kitchen a little bit, you know, with the little finances that we had at the time, but you've still figured out a way to like make it better, always making things better. That's one thing that you do, that when you get something, you make it better.
Yes.
You know, with the homes that we bought, it's not like we bought a house and we just settled in there. You made it better. There was always this desire in you to get something and just figure out to make it work better.
Yeah.
You don't settle.
Yeah, I don't. And it's just the way I'm wired. It's not like I wake up and think, you know, today I'm just gonna go full throttle. It's just the way I'm wired. It's a blessing, but it also has its you know, it also has its repercussions. Because I remember, man, working on that Scout, I remember telling you, like, I need a new carburetor. And it's $300. And so, number one, we always had light, we always had water. I was never foolish with my money, but I always wanted the best. It wasn't like I was gonna go get a carburetor at the flea market. No, I had to order a Holley carburetor, 4-barrel carburetor. I mean, I had to go out there and get the best. And that was always, I felt that, I remember when we were limited in finances, that was a curse. Because I remember I bought a shotgun, a Benelli shotgun.
I remember.
And I didn't get the $800 pump shotgun or the $500. No, I went out there and I got the $1,800 pump shotgun on a budget that's like super thin. and you always told me, like, babe, you deserve it, right? And, you know, but at the same time, you were cautious. You would look at the finances and say, okay, yeah, we can do it. And I remember, like, okay, if we refinance this credit card with this credit card company, we won't have to pay it this month. And, you know, just, yes. Or look, we got a bank statement. We got a statement from the bank telling us that for Christmas, we can skip the payment on our vehicle. So we do all that, and just, And there it is, my Benelli shotgun, because I used to go dove hunting a lot. I loved it. I mean, and I still do. I just haven't gone because of Bravo. It's just been super crazy, but it's okay. But I always wanted the finer things in life. And I always felt like that is a curse. But then when Bravo came along, it just made sense.
Yes.
It made sense that I liked to do things good or have the good things.
I think that transfers to your customers,
Yes.
making the best product.
Yes.
You're not going to settle for just anything. You guys run a mold and you test it, and if it's something's wrong with it, you redo it until
Yes.
you get the right prototype.
Yeah, exactly. And we could take the mold. Oh, I'm sorry, I spit. We'll edit that out. Dan, make sure you edit that out. We can take the mold and we could run it, and all right, it's not the best fitting or anything like that. But we try to get it there.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean that we're 100%. I mean, we've had customers say, hey man, it fits too tight, send it back. And that could be so many things. It could be just the cooling of the plastic. It could be, our QC, we messed up. Things happen in business. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I struggle with that, because in business, a lot of people do that. Yeah. They're like, you know what? It's all about numbers. It's all about money. And let's just put this product out, because even if our return rate is 20%, we're still profitable. No, that's not the way I run Bravo. And I even get that type of, I don't want to say I get it, but I feel it in the business. Mm-hmm. I even feel it like when we're running a mold and Z will look to me, well, not Z, because Z's like, I think there's something wrong here. And I'm like, no, man, it's just, it's in your head. And Z's like super careful is what I'm trying to say. But I'll get other people that'll say, yeah, I think it'll work. And I don't like this. I don't like the shrug, I don't. I use it in my emojis, but I don't like it because it's almost like you're settling.
Yeah.
And for me, settling is not good enough, because if settling was good enough, I'd still be working at the post office. And nothing wrong with working at the post. Guys, if you do it, that's great. It's a good paying job. It was a blessing. For 20 years, I worked at the post office. Mm-hmm. It fed us. I was heavier than I am now. We ate well, and you ate well.
Yes, I sure did. Yeah.
And so it wasn't a bad thing. It just wasn't me. Mm-hmm. It wasn't me. And that's where I struggle. And it wasn't me because I wasn't a settler. Yeah. I wasn't. I'd rather explore the Mississippi. You're going to get eaten by a gator. Okay, man, fine. But I'd rather do that than just sit there and do nothing, because to me that was nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't get home and just watch Netflix for 8 hours or whatever. I always had to be doing something. And not to say that I don't. I think yesterday I got home, I was just mentally tired because we had a meeting with an injection mold company, and it was a long meeting, and I just take everything in, and I'm just like, and so I just needed to kind of like just release that valve. And I sat down and I watched the Astros game for 3 hours. So yes, there's a time for that.
Yeah.
But it's when every day you're just getting home and not doing anything. I just can't do that. If you can do it, great, awesome, more power to you. I cannot, man. There's just I'm not wired that way, and I've never been wired that way.